Here at BonnerCountyDailyBee.com is an article entitled "Massive Solar Flare Kill Shot May Be Imminent." And the author begins, "The radio program Coast to Coast has been talking a lot about the kill shot, a massive solar flare/EMP event that the Earth will be receiving from the sun. What will a kill shot do? Go on the internet and type in the Carrington event, and you will learn what can happen. This event was in 1859, and NASA scientists say that if it happened today, it would take out all communications satellites and possibly most, if not all, of the world's power grids and electronic equipment. Right now, the sun's magnetic poles are shifting, which happens about every 11 years. What is different about it this time is that the sun's north magnetic pole has begun shifting and its south magnetic pole has not. Solar scientists have never seen this before and are confused as to what this means. The author writes, "It is my feeling that this has to be creating an imbalance on the sun and may well be the precursor to the kill shot that many expect will happen this September. Now there's something you can do to protect some of your electronic equipment. Build a Faraday cage and put what you can within it. YouTube has videos on how to construct one." Major Edward Dames, retired, a frequent guest on Coast to Coast, was the creator of the remote viewing program for the U.S. Army, and his people could not see beyond 2013. It was with this remote viewing program that they saw two events that are believed to be precursors to the kill shot. The first is North Korea setting off a nuclear weapon in anger. And secondly, a space shuttle will be forced back to Earth because of a meteor shower. It is believed by Dames that when this shuttle is forced back to Earth, the kill shot is imminent. Written by Lee Santa. We also have this story at express.co.uk, written by Nathan Rao, and entitled "Apocalypse Now, Killer Solar Superstorm Could Destroy Earth at Any Moment, Scientists Warn." Violent solar superstorms could destroy life as we know it. Shocked scientists warned today. It's only a matter of time before a catastrophic eruption on the surface of the sun hurtles towards the planet with devastating consequences. The Earth could be the target of an explosion equivalent to 10 billion Hiroshima bombs, exploding at the same time. Crisis meetings have been held to discuss how to limit the damage of solar superstorms, which present a long-lasting threat to all forms of life. Scientists warn communication systems will be crippled. Vital services such as transport, medicine, and sanitation will close, and loss of power will plunge the planet into darkness. Ashley Dale, member of the International Task Force SolarMax, set up to identify the risks of a solar storm, said without power people would struggle to fuel their cars at petrol stations and get money from cash dispensers or pay anything online. Water and sewage systems would be affected too, meaning that health epidemics in urbanized areas would quickly take a grip, with diseases we thought we had left behind centuries ago, returning to haunt us. The warning comes as Britain is experiencing one of the hottest summers on record. Scientists have warned of highly unusual activity on the surface of the sun, which has already sent smaller solar flares spiraling towards our planet. The storms are triggered when CMEs, or coronal mass ejections from the sun, tear into the Earth's magnetic field, ripping it apart. This triggers huge surges of electrical currents, which lead to widespread power outages and destroy machineries which use electricity. Mr. Dale, currently writing a doctorate at Bristol University, says it is only a matter of time before a violent solar storm smashes into the Earth. He warned the planet is facing a repeat of the devastating solar superstorm of 1859, dubbed the Carrington event. After English astronomer Richard Carrington, he spotted a solar flare before terrifying fireballs hurtled across the atmosphere, making people think it was the end of the world. Reports followed of sparks showering from telegraph machines, out-of-control fires, and electrical operators being injured. Around 10 to the 22 power kilojoules of energy catapulted around 1 trillion kilos of charged particles toward the Earth at speeds of 12,000 miles per second. Mr. Dale said the solar superstorm could cause around $1.5 trillion of damage across the globe, wiping out communication systems and transport networks. That sounds like a low estimate to me. Just think of all the home electronics you're going to have to buy again. He said, "We have begun to realize these superstorms are large enough to cause serious damage, and they happen quite often, relatively speaking. It is only now, when we are so dependent upon electrical technology, that we are so vulnerable. And one of these storms is now overdue by 5 years. We are looking at a major event. It sounds like scaremongering, but it's not. There are very serious implications," end quote. Its impact on civilized life was relatively small back in 1859, as there was little to no reliance on electronics, except maybe the telegraph, sending messages. A similar event now would be nothing short of catastrophic. NASA scientists say the Carrington-level event happens every 150 years. The likelihood of one occurring within the next decade is as high as 12%. Scientists from SolarMax gathered at the International Space University in France, where they concluded that advanced space weather forecasting may be one of the solutions. This would give us around a week's notice of where and when solar storms will take place and exactly how bad they will be. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it yesterday. For love for all humans, and I think it'd be good if we left them some comments to cheer them up. Thanks, guys.